Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on USDJPY. As usual, if you guys like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see, USDJPY has been overall bullish for a while, making higher lows and higher highs. However, lately we had a deeper correction than usual because as we clearly see, we had small correction movements and now it's deeper, breaking below the previous lows. That's why we are speculating a shift in momentum from bullish to bearish. And since price is currently testing a supply zone, we'll be looking for sell setups on lower time frames to catch this next impulse movement downward. Of course, unless price trades higher and break above this previous high, then we'll be expecting further movement upward inside this rising channel. For now, let's take it step by step, right? We are retesting a supply zone, that's why we'll be looking for sell setups. If we zoom into M30 time frame, we can see that we are currently bullish inside this impulse movement, trading inside this channel, making higher highs and higher lows. So we'll be waiting for the bears to take over around this supply zone. And you can clearly see that we've got a head and shoulders pattern forming. So as usual, as per my trading plan, I'll be waiting for the right shoulder to form and then a break below the neckline covering the entire structure, which would also be a break below the channel. In this case, if this happens, stop loss would be above the right shoulder or the last high, and we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective. Of course, meanwhile, until the sell is activated, USDJPY can still trade higher before activating the sell and breaking below the previous low, or even break the supply upward, break above the previous major high from daily, and trade higher. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see, NZDUSD has been stuck inside the range for a while and it's currently approaching the lower bound, acting as a support zone. That's why we'll be looking for buy setups on lower time frames, and I insist on the word looking because no matter how strong a support is, it can still be broken down. In this case, if we break it down with multiple bearish candles from daily time frame, then this support would become a resistance, and on its retest, we'll be looking for sell setups. But for now, let's take it step by step, right around the support. So let's zoom into lower time frames and look for buy setups. If you zoom into M30 time frame, we can see that price previously rejected our resistance and traded lower, so our bearish starting from here, and that USD is making lower highs and lower lows, right? However, lately we are stuck inside this range, which means that the bears aren't strong enough to push lower as before. So a big impulse as well, but look at this. Now we are stuck inside a range. Of course, it means that the bears are exhausted, but it doesn't mean that the bulls are now in full control. The bulls to take over, we need to see a break above the last major high, which is also like an inverse head and shoulders pattern forming. When the buy is activated, when the bulls take over, the entry would be after a break above a momentum candle above the last high. The stop loss would be below the previous low, and we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective. Of course, meanwhile and until the buy is activated, NZDUSD would be overall bearish and can still trade lower and lower, make lower highs and lower lows before finally the bulls take over by breaking above the high, or even, as mentioned from daily, trade lower and lower and break this support from daily time frame. That's it for today, and I'll see you on the next one.